This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Welcome to War and Pieces. Today we are going to be talking about a game that I absolutely love and have done on this channel, but they've come out with an expansion that I could not wait to get my hands on, and that is Spacecorp Ventures. Spacecorp 2025 to 2300 AD. I had to look because I always screw that up. A fantastic game by John Butterfield. This expansion does some new things, adds some corporations. I'm not going to explain everything, and we don't do dumb unboxings, okay? What we do is we show you and try to give you an idea, a brief overview, and see if this is something that you want to add to supplement your game, or if it's a game that you really like. So we're going to go down, take a look at this, and I'm going to show you a few things that this does for your game of Spacecorp. So let's go down to the table. Pulled everything out of the box to kind of show you what's going on here. You're going to get a bunch of different corporations. They're going to give you different advantages, and they're done on thick cardboard, which is just gorgeous. And then on the other side here, you have your competition board, which is really beautifully done, and how you set things up. And you're going to put your competition deck here, of course, as you know, your game deck, which goes here, and then you're going to turn things in and go from there. These certain abilities will come into play, as you know. Just beautifully done. As I said, one of the things that I really like about these, and especially as far as it goes, as far as the boards are concerned, I like how instead of making additional slots, you've got this kind of off to the side, and it's basically, you know, it's automatic with the research. We know that you're going to be able to research 2 cards, which is going to lower your deck and so forth and so on. But tons of great stuff for 2 to 4 players. They also have boards for 3 to 4 players. And then on the other side, like I said, for the solo player using a certain competition board, you are going to have things that are going to change things up, the adjustments that you'll make in the Mariners, and all errors as times go through. There are tons and tons of boards here which are just absolutely gorgeous. I'll let you discover those yourself when you go out there. The rule book, the solo book, explains everything pretty quickly. It's done beautifully and in color by our friends, of course, at GMT, who just don't do things halfway. They go all the way. And like I said, it talks about the headquarters, the competition boards, some of the new cards that are going to be added, which we're going to talk about in a second. Also, there's a multiplayer rule book that is going to help you along the way. If you're playing multiplayer, this is just 4 pages and makes things really nice and simple and beautifully done. The player aid, so much better than the first one. I really like how everything is just redone, and really helps, especially with the competition acts and how you're going to go about each error and go through this fantastic experience. The cards here, the things I want to talk about right here is the contracts, because the contracts here, for each error, there's going to be 3 cards. You are going to pick one card, and you're going to turn it over, and depending if you're playing 2-player or 1-player for that thing, you have your player board, and it's going to go in here, and it's going to give you an 8th slot, because they give you the extra disc for it. So now you have 8 slots instead of 7 to try to fulfill and try to make more money and complete colonies on 2 sites with 1 discovery tile. Boom, you're going to get 4 T's for that, and that's going to help you along in your victory points, hopefully against the evil AI if you're playing by yourself or your friends. These add a lot They add a lot to the contracts. That 8 slot really changes the game a bit. You're going to have some different game cards that you're going to add into each error, which you're going to mix in. Of course, with the edge, you know how those are a pain in the neck, and so forth and so on. So you're going to get some different cards that you're going to add in, and then, of course, you're going to have your things for each of the new headquarters, and how they are going to play out, and how they're going to do certain things, and so forth and so on. Adding a lot of, just adding and just tweaking a little bit and making a great game greater. That's exactly what this expansion does. And if you are a fan of Spacecorp, this is a must-have. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts. Now, as you saw, okay, this adds another contract thing for each period, which is really kind of cool, and that's what the red disc comes for. It's going to go in there, and you are going to, each error, you're going to have a chance. You're going to randomly pick one of those cards for that particular error, and you are going to slide that underneath the board, and you have a possibility of gaining that as well, which adds more flavor to the game. The different headquarters and what they do in each star period, and if you decide to take them, how they give you different things and yet kind of harm you in some ways. Really, really interesting how that works. The player aid, which helps you even more. I like it a lot better than the original one. It gives you everything that you need right there, so you don't get confused and are going forward. This is a fantastic addition to what is already a benchmark game. Spacecorp Ventures. I highly suggest this. It's John Butterfield. I know Dan's like probably losing his mind right now because he's such a big Butterfield fan. And how could you not be when you come up with brilliant stuff like this? Congratulations to him and to GMT. Another fantastic and wonderful experience. Go out and get this. This is a must-have. And if you don't have Spacecorp, make sure you get your hands on that, because you're going to find that this is probably one of the best games out there today. Especially a game that kind of takes you through 3 errors as you just, you start in one quadrant and then you work your way all the way out to the stars. Beautifully done. Immersive, gorgeous. I mean, what more can I say? It's GMT. What do you expect? Until next time, for War and Pieces, it's your old pal Rob. We shall see you soon.